on the water with me. Come on and walk on the water with me. You will not fade. You will not fade. Come on and walk on the water with me. Yeah. Come on and walk on the water with me. You will not fail. You will not fail. Make a move in faith. Launch on out in the deep. Be courageous and get down off that ground. Keep your eyes.
So a very good evening to you, and welcome to yet another edition of A Walk with Jesus. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of April, 2023. 23. I'm very sure it's a special day, and so you experience some special things, through the day. This is A Walk with Jesus, your favorite Christian talk show on 99.7 megahertz Joy FM. My name is Atuakwa, and I'm ably supported by my able producers, Michaela Nai and Kojo Echampong, this very evening. Pick a phone, call friends, call loved ones, tell them to tune in to Joy 99.7 FM. What we're about to discuss is so crucial. It concerns you, it concerns me, it concerns Ghana, it concerns Christendom. And I'm very sure that by the time we're done, you will be blessed. Last week, we started a discussion on how Christians are surviving the economic hardship. Our resourceful guests made us understand that no matter the economic stress we are going through, we have to keep praying and trusting and planting seeds of effort, because change will come. We also learned that we have to learn how to cut down costs, adjust our budgets, etc. And then, most importantly, give our tithes, be faithful in tithing and in offering, because the best time to give is the time of famine. Scripture is there to prove. Well, there's no doubt that a lot of families are under pressure to fend for themselves because of the economic conditions that we find ourselves in. Most men who are breadwinners are suffering from depression as a result of that. Women are literally doing magic with the little they have to cater for their families. The pressure is having a toll on people's health, and we're hearing more cases of people wanting to commit suicide. Tonight, we want to ascertain the kind of impact the economic hardship is having on families, Christian marriages, and how couples are coping. Our resourceful guest will also help us, give us tips on how not to be wasteful, but manage our finances efficiently in situations like this. In fact, he's going to be sharing with us how we will sail through these times without becoming casualties. We are discussing the subject of the impact of economic hardship on Christian marriages and coping strategies to adapt from the Bible. My name is Atuakwa, and tonight I am your humble host on A Walk with Jesus. I'll be treating you to some beautiful song as we take our musical break, and when we come back, we'll zoom off into discussion. I'll then be introducing my resourceful guest for tonight. Enjoy this.
Everybody say, everybody say, everybody say, oh, oh. Terry Town, born in Lagos. Last get it see you on the streets of Ajaleco. Bonaim she grow, hustling and struggling. That's all life they go. Papa, you know, get money, mama, you know, hoe. Still she believes that one day she gon' make 'em. That's all she they talk 'em. People they love 'em, but she still carry go. Say we gon' make 'em more. 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 No matter the weather, whether rain or sunshine. We gon' make 'em more. You gon' make 'em more. No matter the weather, no matter the pain, whether rain or sunshine, no matter the trouble, we gon' make 'em more. You gon' make 'em more. Chioma, Akwanwa, the apple of the eyes of a mama. She be one give up, she won't surrender. But so King Gary no be forever. She cried to the heavens above. I never chose where I came from, Lord. Now so she clean her eyes and she stand up. Join Mama, said pure water for hold up. She always put a smile instead of a frown. She no let up her ground, put up for ground. She there's gonna be a brighter day, 'cause no matter the weather, whether rain or sunshine, you gon' make 'em more, you gon' make 'em more. No matter the weather, whether rain or sunshine, we gon' make 'em more. Or sunshine.
So a song to encourage ourselves there, coming from the ministry of J. Daz. She calls this "We Go Make 'Em." We'll make it, no matter the weather, whether the rain or sunshine. The Lord will give us grace to sail through. It's a walk with Jesus here on Joy 99.7 FM. And we went around to ask a couple of friends regarding their thoughts about the subject we are treating tonight. And they had some thoughts to share. Would want to take a listen, and when we come back, we'll be zooming off into discussion. Rabbi Odami Ansa is my guest tonight. He's the head servant of Grace House Chapel International. We'll be getting to have a chit-chat with him concerning the subject. But before then, let's take a listen to what our friends have to say about the situation.
Yeah, you can see that the economic hardship is having a toll on marriages, causing marital instability, unnecessary argument, inability for families to have a decent living. The financial constraint is quite chilling, and it's causing infidelity, mistrust. Now gender roles are shifting. Men are becoming house husbands, and women are becoming the breadwinners. So there are a lot of things happening in the marriage square. And men who have lost their jobs have also lost their stronghold on families. They've lost their respect. Their wives don't respect them anymore. Their children are becoming a little bit truant. Numerous cases of extramarital affairs. Both men and women are having extramarital affairs. You may ask for what reason, just to supplement their income. It will surprise you. They want to get some extra funds to support the running of the home. This is causing a lot of domestic violence or domestic abuse. This hardship is quite difficult. Because of that, some people are becoming hypersensitive, and least provocation they will launch a verbal or physical abuse, and sometimes emotional or financial abuse. And you'll be surprised to see that some couples are also separating, not because they really want to separate, but because they can't afford to pay their rent again. So one will move to the village or will move to the father's house, and one will move in to live with a friend or a family member, and it's quite chilling. Unfortunately, people don't believe that these things are happening, and when you talk about it, they will just rubbish it or write it off. But these are some of the challenges that we receive as ministers. As I said the last time, people don't come to us because sometimes some of us abuse the trust they have in us. They tell us and we use it in the pulpit. So some are afraid to come, but those who come also are bold to come because they really want somebody to talk to. I will appreciate if people can come, have the courage to come, so that we can talk about it and look for solutions for these things.
All right, so if you just tuned in, it's a Walk with Jesus here on Joy 99.7 FM, and tonight we are discussing the impact of the economic hardship on Christian marriages and coping strategies to adapt from the scriptures. I have with me Rabbi Odami Ansah of Grace House Chapel to help us with the subject. You have an opportunity to be part of the discussion by sending your thoughts and your questions to the WhatsApp line 055 1111997. That's 055 1111997. Or get on our Facebook page. We're live on Facebook. Please share the link, share to friends and loved ones, and let them also get connected and be blessed. You can also share your thoughts there. In due time, we will be getting interactive with you. But I have with me here in the studios Rabbi Odami Ansah, who is going to be helping us with the subject. I want to say a very good evening to you, man of God.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Good, by grace. It's just that the day your watch gets missing, I'll buy the same thing.
Oh, this watch. So
looks good on your wrist.
Thank you very much. I'll make sure it doesn't get missing.
You make sure it doesn't get missing, eh?
That's the only thing which I have to do. Is make sure
Right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right.
Good to see you too.
Man of God,
Yeah.
I am very sure that you took a listen to the voice
Yes.
that we played, alluding to the fact that indeed there's economic hardship,
Yeah.
and it is having a toll on the Christians. I mean, Christians are not exempted when it comes to the effect, of the economic hardship, especially families, and marriages. I want to first of all pick your thoughts, on what is going on economically now, in the light of a believer.
Okay, so thank you so much, and I want to greet your wonderful listeners and those who are viewing by Facebook. You see, anyone who can be bold to say that we are not in economic difficulty or whatever the term they may want to use it, is a wicked sinner.
Oh, so why do you say so?
Anyone who can boldly open the mouth
To say that we are not in crisis.
we are not in economic difficulty, crisis, or some whatever term they may want to, is a dangerous, wicked sinner. That must be observed very well.
So we are in crisis. We can't pretend about
We
it.
can't pretend about it. But one thing that I want to tell people is that this kind of economic crisis, economic difficulty is not new.
Okay.
That is the hope. It's not new. If you're a very good student of the Bible, at least in Samaria, there was a siege of the whole of Samaria. And the inflation became so high, the economic situation became so difficult. They were in crisis to the extent that donkeys' heads were being sold. The dudus of doves were being measured in Ulunka, margarine.
It was that bad.
It was that bad that to the extent that people were ready to eat their children. But there was economic recovery. So economic hardship and crisis are not new. And economic recovery is also not new.
Okay.
Now, it depends on the people and the way we value the importance of God in building nations. God is a nation builder, and he selects people who can build the nation. But we don't want to spiritualize things today, because last week the discussions that went on were full of the spiritual aspect. Pay your tithe, do this, do that, observing all those spiritual
So that has been
protocols.
registered.
That has been registered. We cannot take God out. When you want the economy to do well, you can take God out. But today we are looking at the practical means. And then, so economic recovery is very possible.
Okay.
And I always tell people, never depend on the government for economic recovery.
Why so?
You will be dangerously disappointed. And I'm choosing my words very carefully. The disappointment will be so dangerous that you regret depending on the government. So if anybody listening to me is waiting for another party to come into power before you can have hope to recover from whatever, you are dangerously lost. Because, listen, you should know the pattern and the character of politicians by now.
Okay.
Every wise person should know the character of politicians. That they know how to speak what will make you to believe them. But they can't do magic in your life.
So it would be an error to be looking up to the government of the day.
I would have loved
fix.
you to add this adjective if I'm right. Dangerous error.
It's going to be a dangerous error
Yes.
to look up to the government of the day to fix
The government of
things
the day
for-
and the government of tomorrow and the government on tomorrow next. Don't look up to any government. You'll be disappointed dangerously.
Okay, right.
Now look at yourself. What I do is that when a budget is read, I take my time to listen to the budget the government has read. Then I also draw my budget.
Okay.
So I always would draw my budgets based on the budgets.
That is even for those who understand the technicalities of the budgets when they are read. Not everybody, even the elite, understand all the technical terms that are used.
You know, all those technical terms, don't listen. You don't have to listen to them. If you don't understand, ask. You understand? Yes, ask.
Right.
If you can get a new phone and by some few days you get used to how to use the phone, then it means you're not dumb. So it means that when you ask, you
It can be explained to
you.
you.
Can be explained to.
Right.
Then I also draw my budget.
All right.
So it is the budget that I draw that gives me hope.
All right.
You see, you are the determinant factor. You are the real deal when it comes to economic recovery and doing well financially. It doesn't depend on anybody, not an uncle, not a promise somebody gave, not whatever. No. We should know by now that in Ghana, in Africa, you don't listen to promises.
I would want us to start journeying from the Christian family. Reason is because a lot of families are really feeling the pain, you know, of the pinch, especially those who are running large families. You have 4, 5 children, you know, plus yourself and your wife, probably some other relatives living with you in one home, about 10 people. This is a Christian, you know, gentleman who's gotten married, has this large family, probably a civil servant, you know, or I'm trying to do some you know, for himself, running some small business for himself, wife, maybe a teacher, a nurse, you know, and this is what is happening now. For a man, I want us to speak regarding the man, okay, who is the head of the home, because everybody will be looking up to you as a breadwinner. What should be the posture?
Okay, I will tell you what I did.
I'm a Christian. I have a large family.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what is happening. Me pay so me. You get it. And these things, whether we like it or not, we have to come to terms with it, that it has come. What should be my posture?
Number one, call your family. Tell them the realities on the ground.
Okay.
That is number one. And I did that long time ago.
Sit everybody down.
Talk to
Your wife, your children, everybody.
Talk to everyone. You see, when time changes, you change. You adjust. You adopt. You change. You adjust. You adopt. First, it is common. Everybody drinks bottled water in the house. Now we drink sachet water.
They must understand.
You have to understand because it has been explained to you. You understand? And even the sachet water, it has gone up. So they take it, they cut it, they put it in my water bottle, and then I drink it. The small boy goes to school. He used to take bottled water to school, and he doesn't take bottled water to school again. He has a water bottle.
We pour the sachet water
sachet
inside.
water into it, and we drink. You understand? So that is number one. Number two, we look at the most basic need that takes a lot of money from your pocket, and that is food.
Okay.
All right? And there are some of the foods items that are expensive. There are some that are also not expensive. But do you want to talk about balanced diet? So you go, you adjust. You go on certain foodstuffs. You understand? Food that cuts down costs drastically. You understand? And then you can be changing the stew. Today it is cabbage stew, tomorrow it is bean stew, tomorrow next it is this, it is that, it is that. But you can maintain. It got to a point I have no choice than to eat rice for a long time. And they see me eating rice for a long time. I am an equipping man.
Who brought in
One
contumely what you will go so then
you can't do that. You can't do that like that. You know? So when God gives me grace and one of my palm plantains, fruits, then we are going to eat plantain and fry plantain. Otherwise, it is the banku, the rice, and the gari.
So the point you're making is that as the leader of the home, if you're a Christian listening to us, leader of the home, father, this is the time to sit the family down and explain, be sincere with them.
Be sincere with them.
You can't be playing Superman by this time.
Listen, recently, a bucket of, the paint buckets of tomato.
Yeah.
We used to buy it at 35 cedis. We sent them to go to the market to buy the same quantity.
The blue
yes.
One.
And it was 100 Ghana cedis.
From 35 to 100 cedis.
So when the boy brought the items, I said divide it into 3. Normally the paint tomatoes is for the week. The tomatoes, maybe the tomatoes because of prostate. It cures prostate cancer.
Sure, it's good.
I eat early in the morning. I can take 3 and then toast it a little bit and chew it
yeah.
raw. I said, divide this thing into 3, count them. So the small boy counted the tomatoes, and then we divided the tomato into 3, and then we supplement it with tomato paste. You understand? So that 100 Ghana cedis is going to take us 3 weeks instead of 1 week. Adjustment. Somebody
will be asking, man of God, if you have a family that will not understand you, because that was not how you started.
Then a demon
with them.
has entered them. You see, these things, I won't tolerate it. Why won't you understand?
No, that hasn't been the culture. This, soppy way of living has not been the culture. You didn't raise them that way, and now you're telling them, you have to check, especially if you have children who are there. I won't eat. I don't like this one. I don't like that kind.
But
you have a witness.
No. You eat. You will eat. Say it. Let me hear.
You will eat.
You will eat. It gets to a point. You put your foot down. You become firm. You understand? Yes. You will eat once in a while. Then, so what I do is that after they've eaten, they try to eat. Then I give them beverage to drink and to go to sleep. Okay. You understand? Yeah. So cut down on cost of living, food,
and let the family understand it.
Let the family understand. Don't do Superman thing and say, "Hey, we are going to explain," but and keep on explaining and keep on explaining. Like when they brought the tomatoes, I told them this used to be 35 cedis. Now it is 100. Then they all shouted.
Oh, you told them. What was the wisdom behind that? So that they will appreciate the situation.
Yes, they will know what we are in. The reality is that it is 100 Ghana cedis now. Should we eat all in a week as we used to do? No. And you see, when it comes to cooking food, it is not the tomatoes that makes the food to be delicious. In fact, if you want your food to be delicious, it is the onion. The women would understand what I'm saying. The onion, more onion. So this time around, the onions are cheaper a little bit than the tomatoes. So get more onions and then less tomato. You understand? And then when you also do the stew, put some down. We did some shito in January. It got finished last week.
We're in April.
We are in April.
Okay.
Then immediately we changed the style of the shito. In fact, I'm a very good cook. So we changed the style of the shito. We went to buy some chicken, fried it very dry, and we have done shito again. So when you get your gari, shito. You get your rice, shito. Banku, shito. Fantedokunu, shito. You know, then you fry some.
So the point you're trying to make is that there's change. So
There's change. So you have
to
changed.
change.
You have to change.
To adjust.
You see, you cannot be the usual you to live in this economy. You crash. It's not be the usual way of eating, usual way of drinking water, usual way. It doesn't mean go and drink dirty water anyway. The usual way of drinking I used to drink series a lot. Everybody knows in the house that at least once in a week I will drink a liter of series. I've stopped.
It's not so.
I've stopped. I have stopped. One time. Yes.
All right then. So that is one thing you would need to note down. Let the have a family meeting. It's time for us to call for a family meeting and understand. Everybody would have to understand that things have changed, and so our way of life definitely will have to change.
And
We've got to be economical.
It.
Exactly.
Because they are used to certain lifestyle already, so they might easily forget. So keep on talking about it. Keep on talking about it. Yes, it's very, very. So that is the first thing. Adjust. Change and adjust.
Right. Now, still regarding the Christian family. Now, I would want us to zoom in to marriages. I mean, a lot of marriages are getting stressed because of economical, reasons. I'm very sure that as a pastor, you probably, even if such cases have not come before you, you might have caught wind of a couple of them. How should we handle our marriages?
Osofu, marriage is between a man and a woman, a husband and his wife, a wife and the husband. If you really mean well for the family, you would have to understand, and it shouldn't create misunderstanding between.
So the fight about money between husband and wife, is neither here nor there.
It's neither here nor there. If you really love your husband, you shouldn't make any case. It shouldn't be a case. It shouldn't be an issue unless there are certain underwaves and undertones and misunderstandings, and you, the woman, don't mean well. If you mean well, this shouldn't be anything. Because if the man, you know that now tomato is 100 Ghana cedis, it is real. What do you want him to do? Understand him. Encourage him. Don't let him feel less a man. That is a woman who loves the husband. But if there's no,
but as a man, you're supposed to produce results, make things happen.
Make things happen.
Yes.
And I'm making things happen.
Produce results.
It gets to a time to produce results. You have to adjust. You have to think. You have to draw strategies. You have to adapt systems. And I'm saying this is the situation. So this is the blueprint. This is the way forward. Even God gave manna. What are you talking about? God gave manna, something they were not used to, and they ate it. So
in fact, manna means, what is this? Manna.
Yeah, so and
they're not used to it.
Yeah, so this is the way. If there is no plan, then we say, why are you sitting down? Won't you plan? But I have sat down, thought about the whole thing, and I'm coming up with a blueprint as a leader. If you love your husband and mean well for the family, any reasonable wife would have to understand that this is the situation. How much is trotro costing now? How much is Uber costing now compared to some time ago? And if you say you don't understand this, I don't know what you want to mean.
So what should a Christian wife do in support of the Christian husband?
One, adjust your way of thinking. Adjust the way you think. Don't behave as if, excuse me, you have kerosene in your head. It's not kerosene that is in your head. It's brain.
Got me laughing.
Yeah, you know how we speak.
I know.
I won't hide it. So, think, and let your thinking encourage the man. Don't make certain statements and cast innuendos and all kinds of things that will make the man depressed. You don't do this all the time for that kind of thing. That's why I said don't behave as if it's kerosene that is in your head. It's a brain. And that is number one. Number two, if you also have some suggestions, can I begin to add this thing to the business I'm doing? Can I begin to do this? Can I begin to do that? Because listen, women normally miss it. Most women. The reason why God created the woman, the fundamental reason is to provide what? Suitable help. In fact, that is the phrase that God gave. The word woman was not given by God, it was Adam. You understand? So in the sight of God, God doesn't see a woman. God sees a suitable, not a helper, suitable helper. Helper comparable to the man. Suitable helper. I will make for the man. I will make for the man a suitable helper. So that is the time your purpose for being created
is expressed.
It's expressed.
I see.
You understand? That is not the time for you to begin to come on. Please, you don't have kerosene in your head. You have brains. Use it. Think. I'm sorry if I'm being, but it has to be said the way it is. You understand? And then the man, whilst you are asking the family to adjust, start looking for other means. Ask the boys in the house. I was telling him, he will be turning 11 very soon. And I said, when you turn 11, once every week, you plant 5 onions. You use the ice water sachet. When we finish drinking it, we cut it. Then we fill it with manure sand.
Yeah.
Then you put the seed on it. And then you water. And I said, every week we are doing 5.
What are you trying to teach him by doing so? I'm
trying to teach him how to supplement. I'm trying to teach him that you don't do one thing. I'm trying to teach him that you have to be responsible. I'm trying to teach him that when you see the onion, it's not onion, it's money. Because I was going to use the money to buy the onion. But if we can cultivate it in ice water sachet,
it saves us money.
Ask them where I have planted my kontomire. Some are at the back, and I've used every space in the house that now I plant kontomire in water sachet.
So there are things you wouldn't buy in the market. You have them in your house.
I don't know the last time I bought kontomire. Fresh makotete in ice water sachet. If you are doubting, I will go and take video and send it to you.
I believe it.
The only thing, and then so it comes and I take it. Yeah, the line. We have arranged them neatly. It's green, so it is green in the house. You understand? The bigger boys do 10 onions every week. So 2 of them, 20 onions every week. In the next 3 months, I don't have to buy an onion. It's a taboo. I told them, if I buy onion in this house, after 3 months, we have failed. So begin to do something for the woman to also know that you are trying to create. Why should you? Who asked you to go and buy onion when it can be cultivated? Who asked you to go and buy pepper when it can be cultivated? Throughout. Why should you buy pepper when it takes 3 months? Why should you buy? When you plant pepper and you throw the water away, you see
you have
the seed. See
the seed germinating. Yes, that's true.
See the seed germinating. We didn't plan to do tomato, but I don't know what happened. They threw something there, and I saw a lot of tomato seedlings. I entered into tomato farm, just like that, and it subsidizes. Yeah. So begin to do something to show to the family that there is hope ahead of us. You understand? Yeah. But people are lazy. People are lazy.
I was going to come on that. Since you've raised it, somebody would say that look, in these times, laziness is what will make people feel the hardship. What do you say about that?
Yeah, I agree with such a person. Not laziness, I say, but laziness to think. Lazy. You see, laziness is not. It's not
a physical thing. It's mental.
It's not the hand. Somebody can say, I am very tired, and would feel like I don't have to do anything. Let a lion appear right now. The tiredness will run. It will leave you. Your mind tells you are not tired again. So laziness is not in the hands. It's not with the hands. It's with the mind. We are lazy in the mind. We are lazy to think. We are lazy to find out strategies. And if you can't find out strategies, you won't go and ask. Success leaves track. Success leaves track. So go and ask. There's track record of how somebody is surviving it. I'm a dangerous farmer. I use the land. I see it as a sin for the land to be there and be growing weeds.
Would you say that agriculture is something that people should start looking at? I mean,
it is the solution now and for the future. It is the solution now. After every 5 hours, you have to get something into your stomach. Yes. So start something to subsidize. It's a passive business. After you put the maize in the soil, you don't need to be on the farm every day for it to germinate. So every week you can go, you get some small farm manager that you are. Even these farm managers, you don't pay them. Take care of their land, take care of everything. Your friend Busa, we divide it into 3,
and
you
then
get
I'll
your
give
share,
you one.
I get my share. So you don't really spend on the farm manager your physical cash. You understand? And once in a while, you can give something, but we don't really spend on them.
So, dear friend, we are encouraged to get into farming. It will help. You know, any kind of farming.
Let me tell you,
it will help you.
Ordinary maize that people don't respect. If you cultivate it very well, you get about minimum between 50, 55, 60%. You can get 70%, okay, 45% within 3 months.
I see.
Of what you invest in. If you do it very well and obey all the arrangements and the protocols that they have laid down for cultivating maize, you can get 75% of your profit.
I see.
Yeah. And this is not an experiment because I've been there before. If you can cultivate 10 acres of maize, those times you can hit about 45,000 Ghana cedis within 3 months.
Oh, I see.
Within 3 months. This time around, it will even go higher.
Higher.
This time around, my focus is coconut farming, so I don't concentrate much
on maize. But if you do 10 acres of maize
and you follow all the protocols,
at least 45,000 in three months.
Because
if you are strategic.
It takes 3 months for maize to mature.
That's interesting. That's a revelation.
Yes, it's more profitable than gold.
On the back of that, let's get to finance. I know it's one of your areas. How should I handle my finance? Somebody is sitting in front of you, Rabbi Odami Ansa. In Yamamuayeding, I get paid at the end of the month. Okay, how would you advise me to handle my finances?
Okay, in the book of Matthew, chapter 13, Jesus spoke a lot of parables. The whole of the book of Matthew 13 is full of parables. But at the point, he said, a man who is a merchant, he said, the kingdom of God is like a man who found a very precious land. He found a land, he hid it, went to sell all that he had to buy the land. At a point, he said, he found a precious pearl, and he went to sell all that he had. Jesus was teaching us how to raise capital. Some of our women they've bought cooking utensils, kente cloths. Do you know that I sold my kente cloths before? I sold so many. He said he went to sell everything he had to go and buy with joy. He went to buy because he found treasure. He said he found treasure in the land. Treasure And then he hid the treasure, hid the land, went to sell everything he had to buy. So we can raise capital by selling certain things that we have. Suspend consumption. Suspend gratification. He said he sold it. He said the kingdom of God operates also in that way. So I tell people, what do you have? Some people are having 3 phones, 2 phones, and if they tell you the price of the phone, you'll be amazed. Sell it and go and buy something small.
And use the money for
for your land. Start with 1 acre. Start with half acre. Start. We have 2 seasons in a year. So you do maize around September, you do it again. You plant cassava in it. 6 months, your cassava is ready. Your friend Tiaka. It's called Tiaka. Pay the debt. That's the name of the cassava. And then one is called Oshe Inyanka. I take care of orphans. They all mature in 6 months. So in 6 months, look, pepper, 3 months. Cabbage, 3 months. Lettuce, 1 month. God is so loving in such a way that almost the things we eat, 3 months.
You are a very strong advocate, for agriculture.
Because of what agriculture has done for me.
But for somebody who said that, so for me, I'm not interested in these things.
If you're not interested, sit down and wallow in your suffering. It's a choice. The Bible says whatever we permit on this earth is permitted in heaven. Matthew 18:18. Other version says whatever you bind is bind in heaven. Whatever you loose is loosed. But the other version says whatever you prohibit. So you can prohibit poverty. It's a choice. Poverty is a choice. Rich is a choice. Cause and effect. So if it's not what you want that you do now.
Say that again, please.
It's not what you want that you do now. It's not what you want that you sell. It is what will save your life. We call it survival strategy. You want to do what you like now? Look at my skin. You don't think I like the bush? But that is what is produced. Right now, I have loved to love the bush. I don't belong to Accra. Money has left the offices. Money, real money. If you want money for survival, stay in the office. But the real money that can give you a good living
is in the dirt.
Has left the offices long time, has left Accra. Money has gravitated towards the bush. If you want money, get there. Use Makukate Kabe. Listen, let's stop this too know me, my body, and everybody eats. Our dogs are eating gari. Do you know I sell gari?
Yes.
And people will come. I want gari for my dog. I want gari for this. Human beings are eating. Students are eating. Journalists are eating. Dogs are eating. Cats are eating. Listen, gari. Oh, minim se sika wo musa. Gari. Udebaya aneko. You bring it, it's gone. You say you won't sell this. I am a gari seller. Ask them, I sell charcoal. I sell palm oil. You are shocked. I
know of the gari. I'm surprised about the charcoal and the palm oil. I'm not. Knowing or Damians, I know.
I'm even coming to add a lot of things to it. Money is the reward for solving a problem. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the money that gravitates towards you. The smaller the problem you solve, the smaller the money. So if somebody needs oil, one problem solved. I'm solving gari. I'm solving the area where I live. They buy charcoal to cook than any other thing. So why won't I sell charcoal? There are slums over there, kiosks, and they don't have this
gas
and
thing.
Everybody is buying charcoal. So I met this woman who sells charcoal in the truck. I said, bring me charcoal. I started with 15 bags, moved to 20 bags.
So what you're saying is that we don't really have an excuse to sit down and complain
whatsoever. You see, you are complaining because you are observing the government, waiting for the government, depending on the government, hoping in the government. I am hoping in myself, and I draw my own budget. So that's why, you see, people who want to wait for the government would complain. I don't complain. I'm coming to add more things because people will buy. People will buy. You go hungry. Listen, we have 5 basic needs. that human being we need. And the first one is food. Everybody will eat. Second, clothing. You can't go naked. Third, it used to be accommodation, but right now,
Shelter.
10 people can be in one room. So the third one has become communication. The fourth is transportation. Fifth, shelter. Do you know where some people sleep? By the roadside.
When you come out better.
And they are really working hard. They come from these other places to Accra. They sleep in front of shops when they close. And they get up to go and work to make money. You know? So basic need, all these people are. Look at, if you carry you okra mobile phone. So look for a problem to solve. It's so simple. And the best problem to solve is to sell food, cook or raw.
Will things change?
Things will change if we can use our brain and think. The world is for thinkers. We make money, we don't get money. When I grow, I'll get money. The calendar doesn't produce money. I am 55. I have stopped 55 calendars.
You don't look it though.
Thank you. I have 55 calendars on earth. So the calendar doesn't bring money. There's somebody 70 is poor. Poverty is a choice. Somebody is 23, 24, richer than me, richer than so many people who are grown. So the calendar doesn't bring money. Say, I feed ye. Who told you? Money is made in the mind long before it can come into your hands. So there is hope. So far as there are human beings who are eating, there is hope. Also, when you travel outside Ghana, when you are going, you don't see much whites on the plane. But when you are coming, you see much whites on the plane.
Yes, true.
What are they coming to do in Africa? We are not seeing it. We are not seeing it because we have been brainwashed. We think narrowly. We are narrow thinkers. We are one-way thinkers. And we think there is no money. There is money. Wherever there is enough problem, there is enough money. Look at what Zoom Lion did with filth, rubbish. And you said there's no money in this country. There is money in this country to the extent that there is nothing like there's no money in the system. There is enough money in the system that if it will be shared equally, everybody will have enough. But money is not shared equally. Money flows to where there is one skill.
Okay.
Money flows to where there is productivity too. Money flows to where energy is spent. Either wala to walasa, or mechanical energy or electrical energy. Money flows to such places. Money flows to where there is inspiration. Amani, Georgia. These songs that we are listening, inspiration, ideas. Money flows to such places. So you need to position yourself strategically, and money will gravitate towards you.
Can you go over them again?
Money flows to where there is inspiration. Money flows to where there is productivity. Money flows to where you provide solution, answers. Money flows to where there is skill. Money flows to where there is energy. I have them in this book, 50 Facts About Money. It was authored by me. Where money
is it on the shelf?
Oh no, you can take this one.
So it's on the shelf. 50 facts about money. I mean, about very money. Very portable. You can read it in just a few minutes.
Yes, some few minutes. And I know a woman. I don't want to mention her name. A very popular opinion leader in Ghana. She says, "I use this as my manual.
Wow,
financial manual." You know, and when you read this book, Osofo, you will see Odami answer in this. This is what has changed me.
These are things you've practiced and have worked for you.
When you read the new English version, translation of the Bible, Proverbs 17:16. Proverbs 17:16. He said, "Of what use is money in the hands of a fool, since he has no desire to acquire wisdom?" It doesn't matter how much money is given to someone who is foolish financially. The person may be a professor, so he's not a fool. But fool financially, it doesn't matter how much money you give to the person. The Bible says, "Of what use would that money be in the hands of a fool, since he has no desire to acquire wisdom of how to handle finances?" From the day I saw that, I read that scripture, I started acquiring wisdom on how to manage money. And let me ask you, don't we get money in this country? Don't we go for loans in this country? Don't we get grants in this country? I don't want to insult anybody.
Please don't.
But what is the use of those monies in our hands? We get all kinds of grants.
Waste them.
So what is the use of money in the hands of a fool? So show me a fool. I will show you a fool by how much money that has gone through the hands of that person and it has nothing to show for. I will show you a fool. I'm not insulting anybody. I will show you a father who is a fool. I will show you a mother who is a fool. I will show you a boss who is a fool. I will show you a celebrity who is a fool. I know some boxers who have run bankrupt.
After all
They
the
made
beatings
all the
you've gotten.
billions of money. So it is not how much you get and make that matters. It is the wisdom you apply to it. Wisdom is the principal thing. So get wisdom. And in all you are getting, get understanding. Listen, these are the things we should be teaching our children in the classroom. How to use little money to grow. Money grow, but over time, money gives birth to money. Money gravitates to 5 major areas in life. I've
You just said that.
Yes. So listen, there are 17 ways to spend your money and not lose them.
Can you share some with us?
They are in this book.
Just about a few of them,
businessman.
about 3 of them.
Okay, number 1. If you want to spend money, treat your money as a worker. You work here, do they pay you?
I'm paid.
Yes, so treat your money as a worker. Pay your money when the money works.
How so? Okay,
So-
put it to work.
I use my money to go and cultivate Gary. If I use 10,000 to cultivate Gary and I bring it to Accra, that 10,000 is my worker. Okay? When I finish selling the profit, I should pay the 10,000 money. So treat your money as a worker. Treat your money as a customer. Customers make you stay in business. Yes, so treat your money like that. Let your money make you stay in business. And treat your money as an asset. These are only 3. Asset is anything and everyone who brings you money. Liability is anything and everyone who takes money away and doesn't bring it back. So human beings can be
Liabilities, yeah.
Yes. So why? Stop buying things that are inflation. I buy things that are inflation hedge. Inflation cannot depreciate it, the value.
Like?
I buy dollar. I buy pound. Oh no, do Ghana dollar. When dollar gets to Ghana, it's not afraid of inflation. Your inflation can go to whatever. It's inflation hedge thing. Gold, land. Buy them. $10. Go and buy. $5. Start from there. Grow. You will be shocked. Over time, you will be shocked. This is not science lab experiment. I'm not doing experiment though. We have lived it. It was deliberate. Now we were suffering. You know it.
Yeah.
At a point, I have to sell my car, sell air conditioning in the church. Church came down 5 times 3. 15 people in the church. What offering can they give? Then I started wising up. Get money, you go and buy your dollar. Get money, you go and buy your dollar. Get money, you go and buy. And we will buy. If you won't make your city strong, we will buy dollar. I'm not a fool. I won't keep my money in CDs. For what? If it's in CDs, it is in treasury bills or doing something. But if it's not in CDs and it's lying down, somebody has been able to steal gold and pile gold and is using gold to back their money. Why wouldn't I trade in that money? The pound is strong because of gold.
It's amazing how time flies. Right, let me just touch on a few of your messages. This one says, Reverend Atuosofo is very, very practical. Subsistence farming, such words, is like Ecclesiastes. Oh, but you have to take time. Right, and farming, wow. This is from Ni Jomobi Lakai. All right. Can we roll up, please? Read a couple of this one says that, good evening, sir. We preachers must encourage our congregants, please kindly go there again, our congregants to buy assets when the economy is good. We can then fall on our assets when the economy is hard. Prayer plus tithe plus investment plus assets will do the magic. Daniel Mate in Accra says so. All right, then. Abuchi Philip. What's Abuchi Philip saying? From Keta says, good evening, pastors. The world is full of disappointment. Committing suicide is common in Ghana. We're seeking for divine intervention. We are in economic crisis in Ghana. Common Gary is now expensive in the market. One bowl of Gary is 22 cedis, and one bowl of maize is 20 cedis. We are really suffering. Well, Reverend Odamian has shared with us how to be able to get out of such situation, right? And he's used personal examples. I'm very sure that you have learned from that. Interestingly, our time is up.
Yeah, you were enjoying the lecture.
I was enjoying the lecture.
You forgot yourself.
Exactly. You know, our time is up.
This gentleman who is talking about Gary, you know that things are hard. Who asks you not to also learn how to prepare Gary? What stops you? I fry Gary than any other person. I fry Gary. Yes, learn it. Get some few cassava, grate it, and then squeeze it, sieve it, and fry your Gary at home. Do your farm. Do stuff. We are too...
Bake your bread.
You see, we are too narrow-minded. Narrow-minded people. Our brain is the problem.
I want to take your last comments, man of God, and then we'll call it a day.
Yes, the last comment is that there is hope. You shouldn't be affected by this crisis if you will think and work a little bit harder.
Say that again, please.
We shouldn't be affected by this economic crisis if you would think and work a little bit harder.
Use
your brain. And you're crazy in the use your brain. Today, that is what and we don't mind our business. We don't mind. Somebody is playing at Chelsea, far away to get its money. You won't mind your business, so you will spend 1 hour. It's 45, right?
90 minutes. Time.
Watching, and when you finish watching too, you won't go argue. You won't mind your business. As if when you finish it, to put food on your table. Me, I don't have team. Even Kotoko used to be my team. I don't have team again. If I put on the television and I see them playing, the one with good jersey, I support. Because it won't bring. I've changed my way of doing things. It won't put food on my table. Ghanaians don't mind their business. They don't mind their business at all. So all you see, as a man thinks, so is he. God is able to give. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above what we ask and do what think. So why? Come on, think and think deep and think and work harder. This is it. Push it with prayer. You are good to go. Things will change within a twinkle of an eye. Everything we eat is 3 months. About 90% of the food we eat is 3 months.
3 months.
Tomato, 3 months. Pepper, 3 months. Cabbage, 3 months. Rice, 4 months, 3 months. You are harvesting. So what is our problem? We don't have anything to complain. No government needs more than 1 year to eradicate hunger in a country. No serious government. I've tried it. I'm a father. I decided, I took it up upon myself. Within 1 year, hunger should leave our family. Because maize, it takes 3 months. You can do it twice in a year. And you tell me I should give you 4 years to eradicate poverty, hunger? Go and tell this to somebody who has crazy in his head. Not me.
Right. We'll wrap up on that note. I've had Rabbi Odami Ansa here in the studios, and it's been a fruitful discussion. Many thanks to you, Kojo Champon, for the production, and to you, Michaela Nai, for the production. My dear friend, I am very sure that you have learned. Let's think. Let's work. Trust God. Things will change. My name is Atuakwa, and we are out of here. This has been A Walk with Jesus.